name is Eric Martinez Van Button Jr. Born St. Martin, went school to St. Joseph School. Actually went school here at Methodist College. Did study Baukunder, did A stream, P stream, and T stream. So what I'm going to speak about today is my business. It's architectural and construction. I've been in business about since 2005, September 27, when I came back to St. Martin. I work for my former teacher, Mina Peterson, that teach this school. So my education, I have a bachelor's in architectural engineering, and a T stream in Baukunder. I got the love for architecture from when Costinger and Mina Peterson. The first course we had was to draw your own home, and how we did it in school. We had to measure them with your foot. My height was 13, so this would be like 10 feet this way and about 5 feet that way to you got a measuring tape. So that's how we are learning it in school. Now, the history of my company, I've been in business, like I said, about 14 to 15 years. When I came back from school, I came back, worked for Mina Peterson in town where the Chamber of Commerce building is. And we did, he taught me so many things. From drawing, I did the building, the Costinger building in town. We did in Kupakoi. So Mina Peterson really, put a plan in my head to don't give up and push and be all you could be. A couple of projects that I execute in St. Martin. I mean, the list goes on. I did the repairs on the government building from 2017. I did the first floor labor office. And right now I'm building a school in the old BBO school in St. Peter's, the Prince Alexander School right now. It gives me a lot of stress working for government. I'm gonna tell you that. It's not easy. Also, right now I am doing 39 roofs in Kupakoi. I just finished 39. I have to do 6 more starting today. Also, government building is still doing the railings and repair. So I'm very busy. But you have to really love what you do. This way up to now I didn't sleep, so maybe a little shaky. I ain't sleep yet because I've been sending emails all night. And I really put this together real fast, try my best to explain what entrepreneur and having the love to, keep pushing in your education. Future plans. My plan is what I'm doing right now. I really want to teach, actually. I really want to teach. Hopefully, if anybody like architecture and looking to actually get 3 students from the school, my office in Madam Estates, if you would like to draw, if you want to feature in architecture or in construction or estimating, then let me know after, and you could come to me, show. And what I want to do is, if you're serious, at the end of the course, I'll give you a laptop with architectural program to encourage you to be an entrepreneur in something you love to do. That's my gift back to the students. Well, I come from a teaching family. My mother is a school teacher. She's 72 right now. She's still teaching. She's teaching in Martin Luther King School in Dutch Quarter. My father's a bus driver. 72, still working. My brother Ricardo, he works with me. Do heavy equipment, excavation works, and his 2 sons. I mean, if you follow me on Facebook, you can put, you see my nephews, 8 and 11, operating big excavators, because their father doing the same thing. So you really have to love, pick something. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to pick something you love to do. Because if you pick something you don't really like to do, you don't give your all. Because I really love what I do. I just work day and night. I mean, you have to sacrifice. To be an entrepreneur, you will have to sacrifice sleep. You have to sacrifice sleep, because that's the determinations you have, to achieve your goals. And I've been sending emails to government all week. You can't get paid in 3 months. I'm hustling the road, doing jobs here and there, everywhere to get money, pushing the jobs to finish the school on time. Like they have for my own business, you have to have some golden rules. My golden rules is, like I said, you have to pick an idea. Pick an idea or pick something you love to do. You really have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you don't give it all. Understand? When you work for somebody, You're always checking the time. Like in school right now, you want to go home. You know what I mean? The time there too long. I want to go home. But for me, I watch the sun and the moon go down every night. I sleep in my office. I've been sleeping in my office from 2017 after the hurricane up to now because my mother and my father's roof was damaged. So I sleep in my office. I have a small kitchenette and had workers coming in the morning, so I would leave 6:30 early, so they don't see I living in the office. But it's because I really love what I do. And I would clean up the office real fast, so when they come, they know nothing more going on. It's like, okay. And I come in like, nothing happen. Like I said, you have to be committed to your business, and most importantly, you have to, one time I had about 23 workers. 23 workers. And you really have to treat your workers, like a partner. Give them, motivate them, because it's not easy. It's really not easy having workers and you don't motivate them. So try to treat them as they are part of the business. For example, how I try to motivate my workers, as I do architecture, I tell the girls, if you want to do something in your house, let me know. Write it down, buy a book, write it down, and then let's work towards that. So they feel not only are they working for me alone, but they're also helping and encouraging yourself. So try to treat your workers as their partner, in the business. Team. This is something so important because right now, my last project manager left me. He started working with the minister, and he didn't tell me nothing. My last secretary worked for me for a year. She left me, and the other girl that worked for me also, she probably had a vision, and so right now but I say $5,000 right now because between trading I was paying $5,000 a month. So right now, I do everything myself, but ain't no problem because I love what I do. So that's the key. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you really have to pick something you love what you do. What do you like to do, for example? Sports. You really like sports? Yeah? You really like to do? Sorry? Same thing, sports? I had loved basketball. I had in 1998, I represented the Kingdom Games in basketball. My dream was to go to the NBA. That was my dream. Because I went to the Libre tournament in Antigua. I went to Kingdom Games in Bonaire, pre-Kingdom Games in Stations. I was in love with basketball. I used to beat my brother and say, "What my name is?" He said, "Michael Jordan." "What my name is?" He said, "Michael Jordan." I used to force it. I was so I love basketball. But you have to have a backup plan. Understand? For example, if you are not good because basketball or sports is a big area. You have a lot of people who want to do the same you're doing. You have a lot of competition. So you also have to have a plan B, just in case it ain't work out. So my plan B was carpentry, because in school I learned carpentry, but I allergic to the sawdust. So I went into architecture because the sawdust used to bother me. So if you want to do sports, baseball, a lot of girls nice hair, combing hair, weave, or nails, anything, always have a plan B, because stuff might change, something might happen. Always have a plan B just in case. What is an entrepreneur? Like he just explained, somebody that organizes and operates a business. A person with great ideas, like he just explained. The reason I was saying ideas because I would say like, I have a book, and every day I was writing it, plans on what I want to do, what I want to accomplish, new ideas. My new idea, what I want to do right now with my business, I want to start supplying my own concrete. I want to start supplying my own concrete because I'm an architect. My brother do excavation. We have the excavating machine. We have trucks. So now I want to do concrete. So I have everything under one umbrella. So I don't need to go to nobody for nothing. I do my own plans. You want to draw a house? I draw your house. You want to do estimate? I go to the bank, get an estimate to the bank, get a loan. You want a price to build it? I get a price to build it. You want somebody to dig the foundation? I dig the foundation. You want somebody to pour concrete? I pour concrete. I ain't going to nobody for nothing. So these are the ideas I plan on to make my business to be more in control. Be more in control of my business. I don't need to call nobody for nothing at all. Just push and focus on what I want to accomplish. Example of entrepreneurs, like you were just saying, great ideas. Bill Gates, why not Bill Gates? Steve Jobs, Apple, cell phone, and Facebook. We are on that every day. I use Facebook as a tool before. You research Ricky Van Button, you will see I have over 2,000 friends, and I used to get most of my work just by showcasing what I do on Facebook. I make a picture, make a drawing, do the government billing, do a nice rendering. I have so much things here too. You can share, you can see the projects I do in St. Martin over 15 years of work. And don't be afraid of nothing. Because I started from my mother living room. I started in my mother living room, drawing at home, in my bedroom, to finally get to my office management stage. And that was last time when he had interviewed me. And in the interview I said that I'm gonna create the booths for students. And right now I have space for 7 people in my office. And that's why I really want to give back and teach. Because somebody who wants to draw, and it's easy work. If I wasn't so involved, keep getting new ideas, because first I was an architect. And then somebody say, we don't give a price to build something. Then I turn a contractor. Then afterwards, somebody want to carry something, then I do engineering. So if I had stayed to architecture, I'd had less stress, because I could get up in the morning, draw a couple hours, go back sleep, wake up a couple hours, make $3,000 in a week. But now I want big money, I want big ideas. So I want to do construction, I want to do excavation, I want to do everything. But that's, like I said, that's new ideas you get every day when you love and when you have a business you do. The benefits of an entrepreneur. I have 4 jobs going on. When I'm done, I might go to the beach. I might go and eat some food, call a girl, do what I want.
Wanna be like you?
Control your destiny. Control your destiny of what you want to be. If you want to control your destiny, what you want to be in life, make up your mind. Make up your mind now. Don't jump right now in entrepreneur, like you said. Study. I can be raw, you know. Like I said, from Dutch Quarter, my neighbor's a crackhead.
Yeah.
My neighbor's a crackhead. I was raised, my neighbor smoking crack next to me. So it don't matter where you're from, what you're doing is your mind and your attitude. One thing I have to teach you, that they probably don't teach in school. They probably don't teach in school. My mother's a school teacher, my sister's a teacher, and my niece is a social worker. I come from a teaching background. And one thing they don't teach in school, guys, I tell my mother this, because my mother, remember she come from school, and I asked her home, I said, what do you teach them today? 1 + 1? She always laugh. So, one thing you don't teach in school is attitude. It's key. The teacher, all different type of, calculus. I study calculus, statistics. They don't know how to use these things now. The most important thing, my advantage over everybody, is the attitude I have. I could go anywhere, talk to anybody, get what I want, because I have a nice attitude. I go anywhere. Let's deal with the politicians, let's deal with the crackheads, the bubblers, the drug dealers, the killers, anybody. Because I have a nice attitude. From humble, you're doing everything all right. You humble yourself, you bring yourself down to earth, so they see what inside of you. You understand? They see what inside of you, so then when you ask somebody, you don't need money, like I said, you don't need money to make money. You need a good idea and the right attitude to achieve what you want to achieve. I went to Francisco to borrow money. I went to this one to borrow money, went to the bank, and I come like a mouse, like a little church mouse, with my arm papers, all my documents, my ideas. And you open your hand. It's attitude. You got some people in school that make noise and stuff like that, but the one with the right attitude is the one who achieves the best. You don't need money. You don't need to have the biggest brains. You got a right attitude, brother and sisters. Get what you want. Get what you want. Knowledge. Financial management. This is something I'm trying to get better in right now. I just hired a guy to handle all my finances, because I'm trying to separate. I'm so involved in my business. I do everything. I just draw the estimates, go to the bank, make deals, pay the people, everything. I do everything because I've been doing it so long. So right now I want to separate myself, start micromanage everything to get people, one person to do all the finances, pay everybody, the other person do the drawings. One hour, hopefully you want to draw. Understand? Please, I want student, I want to teach. I had 3, 4 students before I went to the school and asked them to send me students. I had Myron Gums, I had Marlene, Marlene, and Betu. And one of them gone back to the States to study, but when they left me, they got so much, they got a knowledge, because I use architecture program, they got the right attitude to speak to people, and now they have a knowledge and key that they could use if they want to pursue, continue, they learn something new. Like I just said, the keys of success. Stay humble. One thing you have to do, I believe, in praying every day, don't worry about nothing. You gotta pray.
Amen.
I mean, I pray before I come back out. See my hand was shaking. I was like, "Don't tell me why." I did politics. I was in DP. I run, talk to people. And I see my hand shaking. I had to come talk to the students. I was like, "What's going on?" That's what I said. Mickey, go first. It's like, listen what he say, learn from me, and then I come in. So, stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on your goals.
Can you switch off the projector, please? Yes.
Line me, but I know. I wear glasses.
Thank you.
Yes, stay humble. Like I just said, stay humble. Not because you have your own company, you have people working for you, that you have to be proud and be like a big man like that. Stay humble. People respect you more, and you can get what you want when you need. Also, stay focused on your goals. One of my goals is I finally buy a piece of land, and I want to start I want to draw actually. I'm building 6 apartments, and I want to sell at least 4 and keep 1. I also buy a property in Stacia, and I want to do the same thing. And one of my ideas also I want to do, like before I was afraid to share my ideas, before I was afraid to share my knowledge, because I want to teach somebody so they could learn more than me and have competition. So before I never wanted to teach, I always want to like keep the idea for myself, but then dying purpose in nobody. You really have to give your knowledge back and teach and enrich the future. And most important, this is me, stay hungry. Don't get comfortable. Yeah. Stay hungry. You know what I mean? Stay hungry. You're like a wolf, like a lion. Stay hungry. Don't get what is happening. Make a little money, you buy some shoes, buy some jewelry, start liming, checking girls, going liming, and then people calling you, and money business going low, business going slow. So never get comfortable. Not because I make a big money this month, because next month, if I don't stay hungry, I don't collect no money. Like I said, government ain't pay me in 3 months, and I got workers to pay. So I need to stay hungry, go on the road, get jobs. Like if I don't wake up this morning, I know I get the next money from, because I ain't got much money in the bank. So you got to stay hungry. Being your own boss and having employees. This is because I work with a lot of ladies. Right now I have 2 ladies in my office. And one thing I learned is in business, for me, I say this, you can't have no emotions. You can't take nothing personal. It's business, because what happens when you get personal, when you get emotional, I would say, you get emotional, you start talking from your heart and, what are you doing this for, Don't take nothing personal. It's always business. So I learned to listen to my employees, listen to what I have to say, get the ideas, what they want to do, and also we try, as a team every morning, have a 9 o'clock meeting. What you think about your job, where you see yourself going, and I always try to motivate them and pick their mind. You gonna stay with me for real? You gonna stay with me for the future? What your plans is? Find out what's inside of them. Flexible work hours like this. Like I said, you have to give up sleep. I have not slept yet. I left the office 5 o'clock. I went to the gym at 6, and then afterwards went down beach, walk up the hill, down the beach 6:30 in the morning. I had the monkeys down there, so I was taking my phone. You said I got more pictures of my monkeys, and then I went to the office fast, put this together. I went just pull out all of these documents because I have so much projects to show you. So you have crazy work hours, but you're only gonna do these hours if you love what you do. You ain't gonna be working all day on it if you're doing something, if you're working for somebody. You watching the time all the time, like hold on, everyone be talking, go, let's go. I like thinking this man talking too long. You understand?
Very smart.
Motivation. You always have to motivate. You always have to motivate people or motivate your surroundings, the people you're working with, to keep them moving, keep them going, motivate them as in what you want to do, what you want to get accomplished. We see yourself in 5 years. I did politics in 2010. I run a this first time, it was just fresh. But my idea was in my head, network. I have a big network. I could take my phone right now, call China. Speak Chinese. Understand? Yeah. Shishini, thank you. Bokati, you're welcome. Understand? Another one you would say, wo is I, yo, I want. Bing cha. That's iced tea. Bing is ice. Cha is tea. I have a Chinese network of people. And for people to respect your note, you learn, for example, I would say au revoir. That's French. I have ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Eric Van Putten. Yo aquí 38 años. Me hablo poquito español. Niet te veel. En een beetje Nederlands. Understand? Know a little bit of Dutch, know a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Chinese. Romanian. Romanian is Mita mi besta, multa. I love you a lot. Wa ani, that's a love in Chinese. Abrogada, that is Portuguese. So, cop the law, that is Russian. How you doing? Cop the law, that is Russian. How you doing? I try, bacala. Understand? That's impossible in Japanese. Bacala. I try my best to learn and know a little of something in everything. You know why? When I go to the Chinese now, I got credit $200 because I speak a little bit of Chinese. They're more open to me. When I go to the Spanish, the same thing. I go with any Chinese. Linda in St. Peter's, Mindy up St. Peter's, QQ in Colby, Ying in Miller Region, Yvonne opposite Najiko, Wendy, all of them. A network I have. That's when you have a network, when you know a lot of people, things are easier. I don't say no to nothing. I make a phone call. You need that, you got network is key. In business, I'm being an entrepreneur, network is key. I don't have to say no to nothing. Every day I'm offered a job. Every day, and I'm very thankful and blessed for that. Very thankful and blessed for that. You have to be thankful. Be thankful and grateful for what you have. All of us want new shoes, new clothes, and everything, but look, you have mothers, you have fathers, you're eating, you're drinking, you're students. So be thankful and grateful for where you are in life, because a lot of people wish for the air condition right now in other places. Finishing up? Yes.
We're going into
All right. We're going too deep. The last thing I'm gonna say is this: the quote of the day. If you're not making mistakes, then you're then you're not doing anything. I'm positive that doers make mistakes.
Yes. Round of applause, Mr. Van Putten. Okay, we're going into the next.